I'm Janice Edwards. Coming up on Bay Area Vista, San Francisco's own Aisha Tyler. Then Rob Reiner talks about what's on his bucket list. And we're talking with USIIC's president and CEO, Mahnaz Khazen, about an exciting renovation in Oakland. That's next. Join us.
Bay Area Vista, Vista. Bay Area, Bay Area Vista, Vista. Bay Area, Bay Area Vista.
I'm Janice Edwards. Welcome to Bay Area Vista. I love talking with people about their visions, their dreams, and their bucket lists because we know that for each and every one of us, there's a purpose for which we're here. We have dreams, we have visions. We start off our show today talking with Aisha Tyler. Growing up in San Francisco, she wasn't sure what her life would be, but she always knew that she wanted to have an impact. She had an opportunity to talk with a lot of reporters, and then I had a few minutes one-on-one with her. Here's what she had to say. We have a few minutes to talk with Aisha Tyler, San Francisco homegirl, made extremely good. The talk is her show. It's one of her many projects on CBS there. Nice to meet you officially.
You too. Thank you.
I feel like I know you because you share so much.
Yeah, maybe too much, but no, it's lovely to meet you.
It's great that you do share what you do. And what I want to know is when you were growing up here, what was your vision for your life? You shared a little bit when everyone was talking earlier about that, but did you think you'd achieve what you've achieved?
Oh, no, not at all. I mean, it's weird. You know, when you're a kid, you're ambitious and you dream big, but I don't think you ever have expectations about how you're going to end up. And I also think, you know, there's a word that they use in the tech community in the Bay Area all the time, the term pivot. I think I've constantly pivoted from thing to thing, and I think a part of that is just being open-minded, and also I think as you develop skills, new things are revealed to you. So I don't know, when I was a kid, I wanted to be an astronaut, cowboy, physicist, robot. So I got the robot part down.
And you were a tall kid.
Yes.
You mentioned you were a vegetarian, your parents meditated, so you were a little bit of an odd duck here in the Bay Area, which is great for odd ducks.
Yes, I mean, this is the home of odd ducks, isn't it? And, you know, I mean, you know, they were a progressive family at a progressive time, but I also think, you know, in the African-American community, that wasn't very common at all. And I went to a school where I was the only black kid for a good portion of my childhood, so I was in every way kind of an isolated kid. And at the time, I don't think I loved it, but what I learned now is I think, like, you know, unusual kids make iconoclastic adults. You know, I think embracing who you are is such a big part of growing up, and the popular kids spend a lot of time shaving off their sharp edges to fit in. I kept all my sharp edges for sure.
And they've worked very well. You have so many projects. Whose Line Is It Anyway? Your podcast. If you had to choose one to
I won't do it.
You won't do it?
I
Okay.
won't do it.
Well, let me ask you this then. What's on your bucket list?
Oh gosh, well, on my bucket list definitely is to direct a film. I've always wanted to direct features, and I've been working really hard over the last few years to develop that skill set. I've directed a lot of short pieces and a bunch of rock videos, and that's definitely the next thing that I want to do with my time. I love movies so much, and when I was growing up here, my friends and I would go to the movies. You know, I actually as a kid went to movies alone, and I would go get it. Oh, would you do that? I'd get a matinee ticket, and then I'd watch a movie, play video games, watch a movie, play video games all day long. And then, you know, as I got older, I made friends. We would watch, like, you know, movies all afternoon, and you know, I'm a fan first, and I never want to be in a business where I don't love what I do. So I would love, it would be a big dream of mine to kind of be like Ben Affleck and Catherine Bigelow smashed together, you know?
Yes.
Yeah.
How do you keep your spirit going? Because you talk about kindness in a business that's known for being unkind. What do you do to feed yourself?
Well, part of it is just the way that I was raised, and I can't do anything about that. Someone told me a story, and it was about a certain president whose name is not in my head. I'm going to say it was Truman, but I don't know that it was. He was walking down the street. Orlando Jones told me the story on my podcast. He was walking down the street, and he saw a prostitute, and he tipped his hat to her and greeted her, and she walked by. And one of his advisors said, "Why did you tip your hat to that woman? She was a lady of the night." And he said, "I treat people the way I do, not because of who they are, but because of who I am. And I never want this business to take away the components of my personality that make me who I am. You know, it can be a business that can really harden you, and I just never want to be jaded. You know, I'm very lucky to do what I do. I could be down a coal mine, you know, so every day is just joy for me."
Yes, well, it's a joy to talk to you. Wish we had more time.
Oh, me too, but it was so wonderful.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you. Thanks, hon. Thank you.
Okay. You can catch Aisha on The Talk on CBS. During a recent visit to the Bay Area, director Rob Reiner talked about his latest projects, and I also asked him what was on his bucket list. Here's what he had to say. In terms of your bucket list, what's on it?
You know, I'm living my bucket list right now. You know, there are certain places I'd like to go that I haven't gone yet, but in terms of what I'm finding is important is the very things that we talk about in bucket list and this, which is it's about family, it's about being with people you love and spending that time, and just loving the process, not thinking about results, not thinking about what if there's going to be a success, a failure, a good review, bad review, award, no award. Existing and living at the moment and enjoying the process. And I'm having that the best time I've ever had.
Do you really not think about that? You don't worry about the reviews?
Not anymore. I never do. I don't ever do it anymore. I used to think about stuff. Used to worry about the thing. Is it going to be a hit? Is it going to be a flop? Are we going to make money now? Now I'm learning that you have only the time that you have on the planet while you're spending. I mean, right now we're having this interview.
Exactly.
This is all there is right now.
Yes.
And then when it's over, there'll be something else. So just be in the moment that you're existing in, and you'll be okay.
The Merritt Lake Lodge is being transformed into dormitories for Holt Business School students. Built in 1926, that is now being renovated as a home for international business students. This is the vision of the U.S. Immigration Investment Center. Mahnaz Khazen is the president and CEO. And today there was a ceremony with a preview of what's to come. It is my pleasure to welcome you to the renovation of the historic Merritt Lake Lodge. This will soon be home to international business students, and it's very exciting. They'll be fortunate enough to wake up at our jewel, Lake Merritt, and to be close to Whole Foods, which is one of my favorite places in the world. Now, if you haven't been aware, Merritt Lake Lodge was built in 1926 as the YWCA Blue Triangle Club. So it has rich traditions and it's experiencing this dynamic transformation. It is now my pleasure to introduce to you the visionary who is behind the new home for the students at the Holt International Business School. She is the CEO and president of the U.S. Immigration Investment Center and the founder of the International Business Women of Impact. Please welcome Mahnaz Khazen.
You go first. Well, hello everyone, and thank you so much for coming. I'm so thrilled to see each of you here. I'm not very good reading, so I'm just going to do it a little bit my way. It's a very special day for me, and I really want to thank each and every one of you for helping this amazing vision and what we really wanted to build come true. From everyone standing here, I'm not sure how I'm going to start thanking each and every one of you, but I'm going to try. First of all, who is USIIC? That stands for U.S. Immigration Investment Center. The purpose of building U.S. Immigration Investment Center was not only to attract investments through immigration, but also attract investment of all immigrants in our own new country, in our new home, the United States. So let it not fool you. This organization is for all of us, to invest in areas where we can create diversity, employment, revitalization, and bring joy and happiness, and bring everything that we can offer to our new country with our newfound people here, with everyone that can help us. Mayor Kwan, it is such an honor, Mayor, for you to take the time and come and spend your day here with us. The fact that you took your time means a lot, and it just gives me that energy and inspiration to do more for the city. Just want to tell you that I used to be a student in Berkeley. My first job as a small, just an 18-year-old was to, no, actually 20-year-old student was to babysit in Oakland, California. And I was thinking about it just as I was driving down here, that this city has changed so much, and I've always loved it, and I'm so grateful that you allowed us to be here. Thank you so much.
So it is amazing to be here today, and a person who can tell you more history. Where's Annalee? over here, she writes a column for the Tribune. So I said, you got to write about this building. So many of you know that this was one of the original YWCAs, and it obviously had its better days. And in recent years, it was the home for a lot of homeless people. It was a single room occupancy hotel that had seen better days. And so it's amazing to see how beautifully restored it is. But it's part of the city's revitalization. It is part of the city turning around. You are adding to what is a very vibrant downtown. And I was telling the people from the college who have apparently rented the entire building as a dormitory for their students is I wish I'd had the opportunity to live near Lake Merritt, near this area with all these young people. And it's really part of the growing of the uptown. And that where our goal is maybe to put another 1,000 residents downtown in the uptown area, and that will be enable us to bring more retail and to bring more office buildings, et cetera. So each thing triggers the other, but particularly this one, and bringing it back to its historic use, to bring back people on this side of the lake will make the lake safer, will make it more vibrant. People say, well, is it safe to be in Oakland? I said, yeah, it is. And actually, there are more people on the streets, and the more people there are, not only the more vibrant is the city, but the safer it is, and the better economically we do. And Oakland is undercoming a boom. And so I'm very pleased that Oakland's always been the home of people from around the world. We speak over 130 languages, so having international students here will be a great fit. I think they're going to enjoy it. And my kids say if there's 130 languages, there's at least got to be 130 kind of restaurants we can try in the city. And I bet you these students will find them all. And that it is part of really the whole renaissance of Lake Merritt.
When I heard about this event, I was very excited about it. Just as the mayor said, about 15 years ago, this actually was my beat on the graveyard shift. And I can't tell you how many times I came here for one problem or another. And a lot of the residents here at the time were causing issues in the neighborhood, whether it be burglaries or robberies. And so, just the address, 2332 Harrison, as soon as I heard it, I knew immediately where it was. When I come out here, I was always impressed, or you could see that the facility, while it was really run down, it had so much potential. You could tell that at one time it was an amazing facility. And so now to see it being revitalized and made into a positive influence in the neighborhood, I think is fantastic. And so, to see students come in here and be productive members of our community, that's a wonderful thing. I think that Oakland is undergoing a revitalization in many areas, and this is a great example of it. And so, to see something that had fallen into decay and now being such a great thing in this community is very exciting for me. And it absolutely, instead of being a drain on the neighborhood, is a positive thing, and it's exciting. And I think that, as the mayor said, it increases people in the area, and that's good for public safety. So this is going to be a great thing for the city of Oakland.
The mayor and the chief really said it all about all the wonderful reasons that this renovation of the building and getting international students to live here, and I understand young women students to live here, will really be a wonderful addition to the neighborhood. And I'm confident that they will learn to love the area. It is a pretty spectacular location here right by Lake Merritt in the uptown. And I'm really here to say thank you to Ms. Khazen and all the people whose vision and hard work brought this to bear. I know how hard it is to both finance and build and do something like this is just an enormous amount of work, and I really thank you for putting your investment and your entrepreneurial skills here in Oakland, and I'm glad that you recognize this is a city of opportunity for entrepreneurs. And so I hope that this went well for you and that you'll think about further investments in Oakland, and I'm sure it will also inspire others. So thank you so much. It's just a wonderful thing that is making this neighborhood even better.
Congratulations. Today was a successful event. What are your thoughts and feelings about what happened?
Very excited and grateful, especially for the attendance of the dignitaries of Oakland, Mayor Kwan, Councilwoman Rebecca Kaplan, Councilwoman Pat Kernigan, and Chief of Police Sean Wendt. I could have not asked for a better team to come in and support this project. I'm very grateful. And of course, everyone else who worked so hard, from the catering team to everyone that worked on the details of this project. I'm so proud of the team that worked in the renovation and building this vision to come to a reality.
You mentioned that as a student at UC Berkeley, you used to come to babysit in Oakland, and this is very special for you because of your experiences. Can you share a little bit more about what this means to you?
Yes, it does mean a lot. I think, first of all, dreams do come true. Working hard does pay off, and it's a cliche that United States is really the land of opportunity, but it's a reality. If you work hard and you're dedicated and you do pay attention to details, I think this is a country that does embrace hard work, and you do get rewarded for your hard work. The beauty of America is the fact that it is a land of diverse backgrounds. This is where we can really all add all our experience and backgrounds and add to what America is. Truly a leader in the whole world because of all of us, all of our backgrounds, and what we give back to this country.
What do you think students coming here for the first time as international business students will experience when they're living in the building that your vision has had the part in renovating?
Thank you. I think the students are going to be very excited. First of all, this building about 100 years ago was built to house women. And it was very progressive thought then. And today it's going to be another very progressive thinking again, because here we have about 180 international students studying in San Francisco, but living in Oakland. And with the recent problems that Oakland has had with its branding, I think this is a great addition to the city to prove to the world that Oakland is the best place to live. It is close to everything. In fact, not only to San Francisco, but also to Tri-Valley. This is actually the best part of the Bay. You are close to everything around you. It's a central location. It has great BART access, transportation. The beauty of the nature and Lake Merritt is something that no other city can compete. And then you're next to the Bay. What else can you ask? The weather is 72 degrees all the time. I love Oakland. I think Oakland deserves to have the best, and it's just the beginning.
Speaking of just the beginning, now that you can almost see this project coming to a close, is there something that's next on the horizon for USIIC?
Absolutely. And today we got great news that I cannot share right now. But yes, we will be doing another project in Oakland very soon. So keep an eye. We will be coming back with the next project. It's going to be bigger. I can't say better because I think this was amazing, but it will be bigger and it will be amazing, and it will be in Oakland.
You mentioned dreams coming true. Do you have a personal motto or something that helps you as you tackle projects and look toward visionary innovation?
Personal, wow. Let me share something with you. As you see, I'm short. I do have an accent. I am a woman. I'm from a Muslim nation that is now known as the axle of evil, harboring terrorism. Everything that you can imagine was against me. And I think to work through all of these difficulties and keep your eye at the goal and an objective and work honest and work hard and true to your vision and to who you are will always win and allow you to achieve. So I always tell my children, if I can do it, you can do it. There is nothing that can stop you from achieving your dreams, because everything has been very hard for me. And for that, I think my personal model would be work hard, stay focused, and keep the integrity of what you're trying to do, and you'll achieve it. So that's it.
Michael, let's talk about the significance of today for you.
I think today it really signifies that there is a light at the end of tunnel, and I start seeing the light at the end of tunnel. this project, in its complexity, it's really hard to see when you do such a great, huge renovation and such a major changes in the building. And so today, it showed me that we are extremely close. I am hoping to get our certificate of occupancy this week. And in a week or two, we're going to start moving the students in. So I am extremely hopeful right now.
East or west, hills to flatlands, we all love our lake. We all love this district. And so I think you found a good home for your investment, and I think that you'll do very well.
For more information about the USIIC, details are on our screen. We've been talking about dreams coming true today, and the stars of Motown the Musical feel like performing in this show is a dream come true. Here's a little of what they had to say. When you got this part, what did you think it would be? And how has doing this show been different from what you anticipated, if it has been in any way?
Well, I was lucky enough to be a part of the original Broadway cast,
Yeah.
and I understudied Smokey Robinson. I played a character called Norman Whitfield.
Oh, yes.
And
Famous writer.
Yes, the famous producer and writer, and he got to fight with Barry a lot. And we had a bunch of scenes. I mean, when I first started, the lab before, we workshopped the show before we put it up, before we get into rehearsal. And the show was, there's so much information, and Mr. Gordy wanted to include so much of the story that the show is like over 4 hours long.
Oh, really? When you, oh my gosh, before you whittled it down for Broadway?
Yes, exactly. So there was a lot of information. There was, we got to live through these moments, and then eventually they become talked about, and you know, we decide and we mold what story we're trying to tell and make it more specific. So it was wonderful to live through all these different moments and to meet all these different people. So I wasn't ready for that to be, I didn't realize that everybody was gonna care about this story so much within the Motown family. Yes. So we got to meet Stevie, we got to meet Smokey. You know, we get to talk to all these people and learn them as people, not as these mythical creatures.
Right,
you
but
know,
the human beings who also performed in an incredible way.
Exactly, and that blew my mind even more, because it's easy to just, you know, look at them as idols and call them gods, but to realize that they're people and they're doing these amazing things blew my mind even more.
Yes, and when you talk about getting them, that Stevie impersonation is dead on too.
Yeah,
He's
he
great
gets
with
it.
that. Yeah. How about you, Patrice, in terms of what has surpassed your expectations perhaps in the show, or surprised you?
Yeah, you know, like you said, the mythical creature thing, it's crazy to me that Barry Gordy knows my name, you know, and like all these people who were magical people that we never ever imagined knowing, they've taken us in and they treat us like we are part of the Motown family, and they say that we are. They're very clear that you guys are part of the legend now. And that's crazy to me, that, you know, because I've done a lot of Broadway shows and you're just part of the show. And when the show is over, that's it. But I feel so much differently with this show because of the fact that they show so much love and support and encouragement. They are so proud of us. They want us to do well. They want you to succeed in this show, outside of this show, just in life. And they know our names. They know our names. They know our names. They know about us just like we know about them.
Now
next on Bay Area Vista. Join us. And that's our show. I'm Janice Edwards. Thanks for all that you do to make our Bay Area the great place that it is. Please join us again next time. We look forward to seeing you then.
Bay Area, Bay Area Vista, Vista. Bay Area, Bay Area Vista.
The entertainment business, again, tries to limit you externally constantly to tell you you're a dramatic actress, or you're a comedic actress, or you're just a TV actress, or you're just a film actress, or, stay in your lane. Black comedians only do this kind of stuff. They can't do this kind of stuff. And early on in my career, this is not an act. This is just who I am. And I realized very early on I was not going to be able to be anything different than this. But when I was a young comic, people were like, you need to be more like, Monique, or more like some more. You need to do Def Comedy Jam style comedy. And I was like, I just can't do it. It's just not who I am. And I would be lying, and the audience would know I was lying. And I just got to wait until my audience finds me. I've just got to wait until the people out there that are like me, my tribe, discovers me. And I just stuck to my guns because I had no other choice. I applied to a lot of colleges, and I got into Dartmouth. And my high school counselor said, it was a very conservative, very masculine, very Caucasian school when I went there. And he was like, don't go there because you're going to martyr your career. And I literally went home and enrolled that day. I was like, don't you tell me what I can't do. And I wanted to go a place that was alien and different. I wanted to have an experience that was maybe even a little frightening. And many jobs that I don't have a lot of time to go to the club or ride around in a Bentley or go to the 40/40. You know what I mean? I don't have the room in my life to be fancy because I'm too busy working. So anything I thought I was interested in doing, I've just done it. I've just always tried it. What's the worst that can happen? It doesn't go your way, but you tried it, I was just in Dublin, and I was there by myself. It was working, but I had a couple days off, and I was just walking around, and people were like, was that Aisha Tyler? That's how I do it, right? I'm like a ninja. By the time you figure it out, you're like, that could have been Aisha Tyler or a very masculine, fabulous drag queen. And then I'm gone!
Tracy Friley is dedicated to helping young girls realize their dreams through her Passport project. Hear more details about that.